Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the future to see what you should be preparing for regarding the Flying Cup in Go Battle League as well as the Halloween Cup in Go Battle League. Very interesting stuff that Niantic is starting to come up with, and you're going to see exactly what types are going to be involved with the Halloween Cup. We did go over this briefly yesterday, but we're going to be going over to Pvpoke to see what is going to actually be the top Pokemon that you're going to be wanting to pick as well as gearing up for. So I'm pretty excited for this here. And we're going to be going over my Pokemon as well as what the Pvpoke does have listed. So with that said, let's get into this here. Alright, so starting this off, let's take a look. So Go Battle Night is going to be going down September 24th at 6 p.m. until 11:59 local time. And they do state the Flying Cup will be available in this format. Only flying type Pokemon will be available, and it is going to have a 1500 CP limit. Okay, very interesting. Now, I mean, they don't really say too much about it other than the fact that it will be available during the Go Battle Night time. And that's going to be 100 battles, so, well, I guess we need to start preparing. But I know, it's still, quite a ways off, September 24th. But hey, it's okay to prepare ahead of time. Now, taking a look at the Halloween Cup, this is going to be going down October 26th at 1 p.m. Until November 3rd, in which the types that will be able to participate are going to be Ghost, Bug, Dark, Fairy, and Poison. And you know what that means. Azumarill is going to be entering in the Go Battle League for the Halloween Cup. And that is a very big disappointment, to be honest. But hey, it is what it is. Alright, so over here on Pvpoke, I will have a link to their website so you can check this out yourself here. In that #1 spot overall, we're just going to kind of brush through here. So going back to overall, we have Mantine in #1. Emolga, Aerodactyl, Zapdos, Skarmory, Shadow Zapdos, Shadow Articuno, Gyarados, Altaria, Togekiss, Shadow Gyarados, and then so on here. Which, there's going to be plenty of good stuff, then the so on doesn't mean they're going to be irrelevant. But typically, what you're going to want to be doing here to find out what people are going to be wanting to use in the counters, you go to that #1, #2 spot. So we have Emolga. So we're going to see what the counters are. Altaria, Aerodactyl. You're going to see these showing up as being good counters to pretty much a lot of things in the meta. Alright, so we have those two. Then we're going to go to the #1 spot and see what the counters are going to be for this. It's going to be good up against Aerodactyl, Altaria, and Skarmory, as well as Togekiss, which are, I mean, those things are going to be dominating. It's going to be taking losses from Zapdos, Shadow Zapdos, and a few other electric types. Alright, so noted. We have to find the counters to the counters. Alright? So at this point on the list, obviously, I mean, I don't need this. You don't need me to point this out, but Aerodactyl, Emolga, Altaria, and Zapdos with Thundershock are going to be looking pretty good, as well as Togekiss too. Obviously, Skarmory is going to be fantastic as well. So we have to look at these and kind of think about what kind of a team comp do you want to put together here. So we know that Altaria is going to be able to resist electric. Fantastic. We know that Skarmory is going to be weak to it. I mean, technically Altaria is not necessarily resisting the electric. It is just taking neutral damage, but better that than super effective, right? This is a Flying Cup, so pretty much everything's going to be taking that damage. Unless you are Gligar, part ground type. So taking a look at it, as a matter of fact, right here, I'm actually not going to be purchasing a secondary move because all the moves are not going to be really worth it. Unless you do have Return, so a purified Shadow form of Gligar is going to be good with the Return. So that's something to consider as well. But then you have the Mantine, which is going to be watered, and that's going to be super effective to it because it's going to be part ground. So you have all these, like, the rock, paper, scissors thing going on here. So if you're thinking, oh, Flying Cup, I mean, electric and rock, that's all you're going to need. Kind of, yes, but, I mean, Skarmory is going to be able to beat Aerodactyl with Steel Wing. And it's going to be doing a lot more damage with Steel Wing than it is with its charge moves. So remember that. So make sure you use your TMs and pick the correct stuff and go into this ready to go. Like we said in the beginning of the video, we still have some time, but it's better to prepare now to see what we have going on so you're not going to be completely confused or scrambling to figure out what is going to be happening and what's meta relevant when the time does come around. And you'll be nice and prepared and have those Pokemon ready to go. But not only that, Aerodactyls are currently spawning in the wild, so you may want to get yourself a good IV one. Definitely going to be wanting, it appears that you're going to be wanting higher attack, and then mid stamina, then lower defense. I think that's what it's going to be. It might be a little bit more stamina and lower defense, but you're actually going to want higher attack, apparently. This is coming from Pvpoke from Twitter. So I actually just went ahead and went with my 100. Or 98 shiny, sorry. I didn't care, right? I just don't have a good one. As you can see here, going up against the Skarmory. Skarmory is going to be doing a lot of damage to Aerodactyl with its Steel Wing, more so than it is going to be doing with its Charge move. Okay, so take a look. Skarmory is going to be key, but also going to be weak to Electric, so you're going to have something to combat that, potentially an Altaria or a Gligar. So very interesting stuff that we have going down here. If you're thinking, well, I'm going to use some fire over here, you could, yeah, Charizard, but we'll take a look. It's going to take a few rock throws from Aerodactyl to take it out. Togekiss is going to be something pretty interesting as well. It is going to be just charming everything in or out of existence. I was going to say into existence. But yeah, it's looking pretty good for that as well. That's going to be kind of a trickier one to get into the Great League for some people. I did trade a lower CP Togetic to get it there. All right, so Articuno is going to be pretty good as well. Taking a look at Aerodactyl, I mean, the thing is just going to be running over everything. It's going to be so good. But like we went over, Skarmory is going to be able to put it in its place, right? So taking a look at Fire here, just for the heck of it, I just want to show you how badly it is going to be losing. Yes, Charizard can be Skarmory, Articuno, Togekiss, Gligar, Ninjax, losing to Altaria, of course. But look at the rock throws. It's just going to take several. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rock throws, and then it's out of here. Game over. All right, so taking a look at my flying type Pokemon under 1500 CP or 1500 CP, I have a pretty good arsenal ready to go. I did make an Amalgo as well as an Aerodactyl. I did purchase that secondary move. Now, do you need a secondary move on Aerodactyl? Because you're just going to want Rock Slide and Ancient Power. It is very expensive, and I'm going to say not necessarily. I mean, you can definitely just go Ancient Power or Rock Slide, but it's going to be giving you a bit of an edge, an advantage. If shields are down, you can hit them harder with a Rock Slide if they have a bunch of health. While on the other hand, Ancient Power is going to be enabling you to spam it just a little bit quicker and potentially burn a shield. So this is the Aerodactyl that I went ahead and just purchased a secondary move for. Though my mindset for this is, all right, if I find another one, I'll just have one move probably. And I'm going to be purchasing that secondary move on the shiny Aerodactyl because it's a 98. I'll max it out again one day. So I do have a Lugia, which is actually going to be okay. Pretty awesome. That thing just keeps sneaking into random tournaments and doing okay. And then I did just power up this Emilga, and yeah, all electric type moves. We do have the Zapdos with a Legacy Thundershock. We did use an Elite TM on this one, exactly 1500 CP. Not the ideal IVs, but I don't care. All right, I'm good to go. And then of course we have several Altarias, and then our beautiful Lugia shiny in the Great League with 2 moves. Let's get it. All right, so we're pretty stacked up here. Anything that we want to make, we can make, and we will be fine. I'm pretty sure I have everything I need at this point. Maintain, yep, we have one of those. I don't think we have the best IVs, but we have it. Now, taking a look at the Halloween Cup, let's go. Azumarill at the top, Beedrill Shadow, Golbat, and then we have Shadow Mawile. My Shadow Mawile, guys, is number 4. All right, so we have Azumarill. Lovely. Great. So it's going to be losing to Beedrill, Venusaur, Tentacruel, and Haunter. Right, so those are the Pokemon that we have to find the counters for. All right, because people are going to be bringing those to counter Azumarill, so you're going to want maybe Confusion. So what can have Confusion in the Halloween Cup out of these typings that we're looking at here? Can you guess before we get to it, if you haven't already looked? That's going to be Wormadam Trash with Confusion. It's going to be a Bug and Steel type. Extremely weak to Fire, so it needs to look out for the Fire Fang Mawiles. Let's get it. All right, and there we have Mawile. It's going to be good up against Venusaur, Umbreon, Beedrill, Wormadam Trash, and Fortress. And then it's going to be losing to Azumarill, Golbat, Toxicroak, and a few others. Of course, we already know this Fire Fang is calling for that. It looks like Ice Fang is going to be viable. Then we have Iron Head and Play Rough. Doesn't look like it really wants you to use Power Up Punch, but I am honestly going to probably go ahead and use it anyways. All right, so moving down the list here. Look at the shadows, guys, and as I was scrolling down and seeing these shadow Pokemon, you know, eventually one day, when a lot of these different shadow Pokemon are going to get introduced, we're going to be going down the list over here on Pvpoke, and it's just going to be like shadow. Those things are so good. It's not like, oh, they're ruining the game, but they're just starting to show up more and more every single time here. So we have Venusaur. Okay, let's go. Losing to Beedrill, Toxicroak, Golbat, Alola Marowak, and Wormadam Trash, of course, because of Confusion. All right, so yeah, Venusaur is going to be fantastic, like it always is with Frenzy Plant. You have Scrafty, man. Some interesting stuff here. I could recommend teams and everything, but we have to kind of wait for the meta to form. Wait to see what people start to actually use. I'll be bringing you some battles, of course, so we can test things out like that. That's actually going to be probably the best learning curve that you can actually have, is watching other people battle or actually testing it out yourself up against other people who are going in that same format as you as well. So I'm very excited for this. Yeah, it's awesome that they're actually going and bringing out specific cups. Like the premiere was fun, but now they're going for specific types. You know, I would have liked to seen the flying have something else, you know. Just flying is okay. I'm not complaining, but it is what it is. It is in its early stages, and they are bringing out the one with multiple types for the Halloween, which is just magnificent here. So we're just taking a look here, guys, you know, just brushing it up, and I'm just giving you my thoughts, just babbling on about some random stuff, while maybe you are eating a meal and just needed something to watch here. Honestly, wasn't really planning on uploading a video today, but I was like, you know what, I can't do that. I can't leave my people hanging here. I do have a birthday party to go to. My best friend, as a matter of fact, so that's going to be good stuff. Don't really get to do too much other than just Pokemon Go and editing here. When it's like, oh, what a life. Oh, nothing but Pokemon Go. But, you know, it gets old. I'm not saying I'm bored of it, but I mean, you know, it's nice to do other things other than looking at a screen over here, burning my retinas to bits. Anyways, moving down the list here, I mean, it's looking pretty good. There's a lot of diverse picks for this Halloween Cup. I like the purple and orange going on here, very Halloween themey with the typings going on here. So Alola Marowak, you know, it's going to be doing pretty good like usual. The thing's always been pretty solid whenever it can perform in a type-specific cup, even in an open meta here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what I have going on here. I wouldn't say I have everything on that list, not even close, but I'm not going to go crazy and start making everything. I'll hold on to what I have here. Togetic, okay. Scolipede, that's going to be something interesting. We'll talk about that here in a moment. Got the Drifblim, which is pretty expensive. Spylus is going to be able to enter. Ninjax, don't have a secondary move because that's stupid expensive. 75,000 for a Pokemon that may perform okay, right, at best. Galvantula is going to be ripping and tearing, especially with its new move that it's going to be getting. So that's going to be pretty interesting here. All right, so going to the top here, let's see, what do we have going on here? There we go. My Shadow Mawile, it's going to be number 4, and it said Iron Head and Play Rough. All right, now the reason why I still want to go Power Up Punch is because it's just going to vamp up my Fire Fang, which is going to be good up against many different things. So we're just going to hold on to that and yeah, see what we can do with it. So yeah, Scolipede is going to be great, guys. That's going to be definitely something that's going to perform fantastic. I've been waiting to use this for some time now for a specific, you know, league that they do come out with, and now is the time to shine. It's going to be great up against the Zoomroll. The Galarian Weezing, how much of a waste. It is going to be so good with the typing that it is, but for its quick move, it only has Tackle, making it basically garbage, trash, useless, and what it looks like it has on its face, just pointless. So there you have it, trainers. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Turn notifications on. I'll be keeping you up to date on everything Pokemon Go and bringing you more battles. And take care, trainers.